So today I'm actually going to be filming my art story tag. I saw this tag on SoCraftastic on Sarah Lynn's page, and I decided that I really wanted to do it. And yeah, so basically what it is it's just kind of telling like how you got started in art and crafts and stuff like that. And I honestly, I'm not sure, like, I mean, I've been doing like artsy craftsy stuff for as long as I can remember. Like, it's always just been me. But I didn't really like, you know, where you have the talent and you use it like whenever you need it. Well, that was kind of like what I did, like whenever I was in school and stuff, and then like when I would get bored at home, I would make just random stuff sometimes, and then whenever I got into high school, it kind of became, oh, I don't really care anymore. And then, yeah, well, and then anyway, so pretty much, it wasn't until like after high school, it was actually about, I want to say like 2008. This is so weird for me because it's like, it's hard to explain to people, like, does that make sense? Anyway, so what happened is I went and I got a job at Disney, and that was kind of the spark for me. Like, I worked at Disneyland for a year, and in that time I saw like some of the most amazing stuff, and I met some of the most amazing people, and I had so many like awesome experiences, and it just kind of changed what I wanted to do with my life. I mean, I know that sounds really weird, but like, you know, I mean, going to work for Disney for me was just kind of like an eye-opening experience. And the whole reason that I actually went to work at Disney was more just because it was kind of a childhood dream, and you know, we all want to do something, and then one day I just was like, why not? So I drove all the way down to Anaheim and applied for a job at Disney, and I got it, which was kind of like I totally wasn't expecting it. But in the time that I worked there, like I met, like I said, I met some of the most amazing people. I was given the opportunity to dive in the Nemo Lagoon, because in case you guys don't know, I am a scuba diver. I'm a certified rescue diver, and I hope maybe within this next year I would really like to become an instructor. But I have a few other things that I have to do first before I can do that. And so I'm kind of taking it step by step, and I've kind of set up a goal. I mean, it's kind of hard right now because everything is like chaotic. But anyway, so back to my art story. But while I was at Disney, I had the opportunity to dive, and I met quite a few Imagineers. And like, I mean, not like, oh, I saw them on television. No, like I actually met them like face to face, had contact with them, stuff like that. And I've been very privileged in that department. So, and then a lot of crazy stuff happened. I mean, my life just like completely flipped. And in 2009, I ended up having to quit there. I mean, it was just it wasn't a bad circumstance. It was just like, it was so crazy. Everything was going on. Like, I mean, like literally my car caught on fire. I know that sounds bizarre. And like, if I explained the whole thing to you guys, you'd be like, oh my gosh, she's absolutely bonkers. Anyway, but yeah. So whenever I did that though, it was like, I knew that part of me was like, I really want to do this. Like, and that I know that I have the creativity to do it. So therefore, I want to do it because I want to share it with like everybody, and I want to show what I can do. So when I started working there, that was kind of my turning point, and I decided that I wanted to create things. And so that's what I just started doing, and I just started making like everything, like, you know what I mean? Like, even now, like sometimes I'll walk into a clothing store And I'll be like, I can make that. I can make it for way cheaper, and I can make it in my style. And it's amazing the stuff that you can do whenever you really, really put your mind to it. I didn't touch the sewing machine until 2008. Yeah. I didn't touch a sewing machine until then. And my mom did not know how to sew. Nobody that I knew how to sew. We had a sewing machine, and it was basically like, I don't think it was my grandma's. I think it was my mom's, and it was her intent to learn how to sew. But one day I just grabbed the sewing machine and I started sewing. And I sewed a couple of flags. That was kind of my first thing, as I really wanted to make a color guard flag. And then after that, I bought a couple of patterns, and I bought this one pattern because I wanted something really easy. And so I got like this dress pattern, and I swear I made like, I don't even know, I probably made like 10 of those dresses in all different styles and stuff like that. So I'm like, so now I have a ton of those types of dresses, but it's okay. Anyway, and so, I mean, I wasn't necessarily sewing that I wanted to really get into, but I just wanted to be able to do my own kind of thing. Anyway, so, and then I started scoping out, and now I'm like, I love making stuff, and like I'll go to like yard sales and stuff like that, and I'll buy like random stuff that everybody's like, what are you gonna do with that? And I throw together stuff that like you wouldn't even imagine, like, and it's cool. I don't know. I'm like, I mean, I guess some people would think of it, I don't know, maybe not. I thought of it, so I guess some people might possibly think of it, but anyways, so that's, I mean, Disney pretty much got me kind of boosted, and then everything kind of spun out of control from there. And then I had my like original dreams, which is I really wanted to be an animal trainer. I still want to be an animal trainer, but it's kind of exceeded beyond what I wanted to do. Like originally I wanted to do what everybody else wants to do. I wanted to work at SeaWorld and stuff like that, which, I mean, given the opportunity, I would so take it. However, if I don't get it, it's okay, because I have plans that are probably bigger than Shamu. I have plans that go way beyond the scope of what I can even begin to describe in this video. And yeah, so that's kind of, I don't know. I just kind of spun off from there. And then when I started my business, it was kind of like okay, I really want to do this, so let's begin. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's been a struggle, but it's more of like, I had personal things going on. I know that sounds weird, but in like the last couple of years, I got married and I had a baby, and I love both of them dearly. They're probably what pushes me to just kind of keep going and keep going forward. And I went through a really hard time, I guess. More because I felt like, you know what I mean, like, what am I doing? Am I failing? You know, I mean, we all go through that. We all do at some point in our lives. And like, we all have a story to kind of tell, if that makes sense. But, yeah, I went through a really hard time just this last couple of years. And then, like, I mean, it wasn't because I was getting married, because I wanted to do that. And it wasn't because I was having a baby, because I wanted to do that too. And it was just kind of just like life had sucked us, you know what I mean, into a circumstance and stuff like that I didn't really feel like I had control over. And then I regained control. And so this is kind of me back, I guess. It was a couple of months ago, and like I've stepped it up. Like I was like, okay, I'm really gonna push for this now. And like I never stopped in that interim. Like I continued to make things, but I just didn't take it like as seriously. It was just kind of, it was my scapegoat, I guess. I kind of use crafting as just kind of like to stop the world and, you know what I mean? Think about other things and to just like concentrate on one project. And like even that was sometimes hard because we had so much stuff going on at the time. And it was, I mean, it was like family chaos and stuff like that. I mean, it's life, it happens, and don't ever let life get you down. I mean, it will try everything possible, but you know what, you just have to keep pushing yourself forward, I guess. That's what I did. And now I'm back, and my little business is doing somewhat fabulously, as fabulous as it can. Like literally, I just started it again, maybe in September. September is when I really started like, okay, I'm gonna make things again. And I started collecting it, and like right now everything isn't, I'd say an organized mess, but I don't even know if it's organized, but everything's a mess right now. And like we moved back to live with my mom in Fresno just to kind of get away. We needed like a fresh start basically. And I say we because it's me, my husband, and my baby, obviously. And yeah, so everything was, I don't know, blown crazy. But I have a plan now, and hopefully I will succeed at that plan. I'll show you guys my one for this month, which is pretty much, I want to get 50 items up on my Etsy store. And right now I have 44. I know, yay! So I only have 6. And then the second thing that I really wanted to do is I wanted to sell 5 items. And so far I've sold 2. But I kind of learned that I don't really have control over that proportion of it. So, yeah. Anyway, so now I'm just kind of, I'm doing the part that I have control over, which is making the items and then posting them. And then next month, my goals are a little bit bigger. There's local craft, well, it's not really local. There's a craft fair in Southern California that I'm hoping that I'll be able to attend, assuming that I can raise enough money for it. And then I'm hoping before the end of January, I have another thing that I would like to sign up for, but it's going to cost $200, so we'll see if I can make enough. We'll see. Anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much where I am today. And yeah. Oh, before I run out of time, I just wanted to make a comment that you will notice that I have everything on one channel. I know that lots of people separate beauty, vlogs, personal life, stuff like that, and I will not do that, only because I don't want to have to deal with that many different channels. I have a life other than YouTube, sorry, but I have a son that I need to take care of and stuff like that. And also, if you ask me, life and beauty are all forms of art. Everything is a form of art. And so to separate the channels would kind of be a little, I don't know, like that it wouldn't be representing art the way that I represent it. And like, I think that, like I said, life in general is beauty. I mean, life in general. Life in general is art. And so is beauty in context, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So, I will have one channel, so you guys don't have to subscribe to several different channels, and I may go a little bit crazy and all this craziness, but I like the idea of just having one channel. Anyway, so here is my art story tag for SoCraftastic, and if you have an art story, you should go and tag yourself as well. Because, you know, all of us artsy people, we need to know that there's other art people out there. Alright guys, I'll let you go, and I'll see you next time.